position, and Gavin doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu, so he decides, I'm going to open up and I'm going to go to full or open guard. So he opens, he hip shrink, boom, right? The position we've been working, what, the last 3 weeks, probably? So I don't like this. Like, there's nothing good happening to me at this point in my life. So once I'm here, I have to start addressing problems immediately and pretty hastily. I can't, sit around in here and be like, oh yeah, this is fun, because I'm going to get triangled or swept or bad things are going to happen to me, right? So I need to address this pretty quickly. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a knee. Any knee, I don't care which one. I'm going to drive that foot straight up that center line, kicking my foot underneath his butt, and driving my knee forward and my chest up. I need to do a couple things. 1, regain my posture. 2, interrupt his leg activity. And 3, stress his grips. I'm instantly doing all that. So I'm here, he gets to this position, I don't care which leg it is, I'm here and I put my foot up, driving here. Now, as soon as my legs come up to where they can get to the shin or the inside of his knees, I want to establish those grips very quickly. Here. If they're on the shin, that's fine. Ideal world that we all don't live in, I get to the inside of these knees here. If you're pajama free, front of his kneecaps, kind of that weird kneecap that we grab every once in a while, that's where we're putting our hands here. Alright? So Gavin doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu, he shrimps his feet, boom, we get to this open guard. I don't like that, boom, I'm here, posture up, get my grips. I don't like this though, so I'm instantly going to start working to counter. I'm going to pick the side opposite of the knee. I'm going to force that hand to the mat while driving my knee across and my outside foot up. Here. That then allows me to dive my inside hand to the underhook, baseball slide through. Man, if only we did a warm-up drill to warm up that activity. It'd be real weird if that connected. In case you guys missed it, it did. So boom, he shrimps, we get to here, right? I don't appreciate this. I get my posture back, and I'm trying to get my chest up to get my grips to the inside of these knees. This grip will be more important as we move forward, but I still want to do this initial motion. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my weight and his leg down flat. And I'm stapling it to the mat. So when I mean staple, my ankle is in foot or in the pit of his knee. My knee is driving close to his body. And I'll flip around. So I'm here. All my weight's on this shin. Now, if I was being a little bit ruder to Gavin, I'd bang my shin up and really drop the weight on down, like this. But I'm here and I'm trying to go through quickly. I then drag for this underhook, because if I miss this underhook, just give him your back. Just turn and give it up to him anyway. You're good. So I post for that underhook, pick that arm up, slide through. So I'm here. Gavin goes to open guard. I don't appreciate that. Boom. Posture up. Get my grips. Force this leg down. Step through. Post up. Big underhook. Baseball slide through. Questions on this? Cool. So we just learned like a 14-step process on a move that you've never seen. No. There we go. There. That's it.
Everyone defends the underhook. So if they're defending that really well.
So like, boom, I'm here. Gavin doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu. We all always kind of like to work under that assumption. So I'm here, boom. Once I get here, guys, I don't have to move. There's not a lot of really good offense he can establish from here, right? So let's say he doesn't suck and I'm trying to dig here and he's not letting me through. Guess what? We can stay here, buddy. We can, I'm gonna work for this underhook because I don't have to move yet. Like, there's not a lot of stuff he can do to me from here. Maybe try to sit up into like a dogfight position, but even in a worst case scenario, I can square my hips in. So you don't have, once you get to that stable position, everything up to this point has a sense of urgency. This is not a position you want to pause in long term, but you can hang out here for a second. Actually actually establish.
Here.
Get that underhook in and get it where you need it. Other questions on this?
When you're stepping over to get that staple, are you kind of establishing that first and then stepping over, or are you stepping over?
Kind of a, so we talked about it kind of beats. It's not 1, 2, it's kind of a side motion. So when I'm here, it's not post, then step. That's kind of happening almost simultaneously. So the second this knee plants, that foot should be landing about a half a second after the knee. Then our weight down in our hips.
How far out are you posting that leg?
I'm not scrolling. Don't want it up near your shoulder. I want it about a little wider than shoulder width. About shoulder level for him. Because if he really gets aggressive and tries to sit up for that, all that stuff, I have to be able to base and put weight in. So if I have it like real sprawled out, that doesn't work. If I have it weight up to your hip, so you want to have it kind of just loose it out. Nice kind of heavy weight. Yeah, that's rude, I know. Other questions on this? So, I'm a weak link and I cannot get my underhook, right? Some guys are going to get to like that kind of roly-poly, I'm just going to ball up position. That's fine, because even if I'm here, I'm still going to have and post my hand to the hip. Because even if he does stay in this real roly-poly position, if I'm here and I can work to where my hand's kind of under his arm on his back here, I can still, instead of baseball sliding through, come to like more traditional side control. Now, it's still not going to be fun if you're the smaller person, but you can work with it. Or at least establish, get your 2 or 3, then work. Other questions? One more time through. I'm here. Boom, he shrimps, he does stuff. I don't appreciate this. Posture up, grips in. I post this leg down, up, looking for this underhook the second I can. Base small slide through. During fun combat sports, you hit him as needed here. Other questions? Driller out. 1, 2. Mr. Troyer, we get here, right? He gets to the open guard. But let's say I get this knee up, but I just don't feel confident stapling through that cross body leg, right? Like, did anyone feel awkward doing that in the first couple steps? It's understandable. This isn't an easy pass. This is probably a late white belt, early blue belt level pass. So if you felt uncomfortable, realize that's okay. We're allowed to have it. You suck. But let's say we get here, or let's say I'm a little bit more athletic or confident in my ability to do things standing. So all I'm going to do is instead of, as I posture up here and get my grips, instead of staying on this knee, I'm going to post this back foot up. Alright? So then I'm in kind of this low stance, elbow stance, blocking with the legs here. All we're going to do is what's called the Terreno or bullfighter pass. I don't speak enough Portuguese to say that well, so I don't try bullfighter pass. I learned it from an actual Brazilian, so they get the real name. But we're here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle this way, shuffle back, and then I'm going to pick one leg or the other to step through with. I like to step this way. So I'm going to act like I'm stepping that way, and my foot is going to step to his hip. So how it looks, I'm here, I stand up, I shuffle, shuffle, step, and post that foot as close to his hip as I can. Then, the second that foot hits, I switch hands, drive my knee on top. Into that knee on belt. So we're here. Mr. Troyer doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu, but neither do I. So I come up before he can establish anything else. Step, step, legs past, foot in. So it's, man, I wonder where this got its name, right? what we're doing here. Boom, step, here. Once we're here, I drive my knee across, hand to the chest, hand to the hip or to the knee, wherever you prefer, and knee on belly. But it's basically a little bit of motion, a little bit of misdirection. Questions on this? Huh? Yeah, I'm not like walking over the top of him, but I'm staying just at kind of that edge of where I was. So I'm staying right here. Because he's actively going to be engaging his feet and trying to do stuff here. Dead. Dead. Hits the deck, right? So the biggest thing here, guys, is getting the motion of moving your feet and moving your hands in opposite directions. Because when I'm here, I'm trying to get him confused about where I am. Yes. So when I'm here, all I'm trying to do, and some guys will use this, I don't use it as much. I'm trying to do a little bit more with like the misdirection. Some guys will push. I push that, do the push-pull on the knees. So like Von here, and Gavin's not short-legged by most standards, right? So like I can have problems getting around his legs. Some people push and then like snap him through. If you find yourself having problems, especially versus a longer leg guy, that can be a good one. Like this one. It's like half. It's like all legs. It's really annoying. Other questions on this? Same setup, you still get to here, right? Instead of knee cutting through, we're going to stand up, little bit of motion, step through. Then you say pride rules, knee to the head. Alright, driller out, 1, 2, good things are happening in my life. Gavin decides, oh, I'm going to go to open guard, I think I'm fancy. I don't appreciate that. So I get here, right? Boom, but let's say I'm not the world's most athletic person. That'll happen. Not everyone's a born athlete to jump around and do a bunch of cool stuff. Looking at you, Riley. Right? So I'm here, right? I posture up, but instead of going for the grips here, I'm going to shoot my hands under instantly. Both hands, this is an important detail. And I'm going to grab the thighs here. Then instead of standing up, Gavin already knows what's coming, I'm going to walk my hips forward and stack him. Gavin appreciates this. What we call child sport position. So, I'm here. I'm going to pick a side. I'm glad somebody connected that dot. Thank you. I'm going to pick a side. I like to reach through with my right hand. If they have the pajamas, grab that collar. If they don't, just tap the shoulder here. I'm going to drop all my weight and very slowly walk my feet past Gavin. Because eventually Gavin's going to say, fuck this, and he's going to pass his feet for me. Then we're in second. So, did everyone hear the sigh of relief that Gavin got when I finally got to side? That's the type of low and slow, painful stack pass that you should be hitting. Don't care how big you are. I've watched Evan Manweiler was 135 pounds soaking wet. And he would stack pass you and it felt like you were dying the entire time. The biggest part of this, guys, is getting these stacked right. So when I'm here, I dive my hands under. I like to just cap at the thighs. Some people collapse their hands. That's a personal choice. The big detail is both hands, please, because for the dumbass that puts one hand in, it's like, oh, I'm going to stack pass. You're putting yourself in a fucking triangle. All right? Both hands in, both hands out. And when I'm here, I'm going to walk in to where Gavin's kind of on the small of his neck here. And once we're here, I hang out for a minute. I'm kind of a dick about this. I don't care which side you pass to. I'll pass to my left this time. And I'm keeping all my weight over the top of his knee. Getting that kind of half-ass paper cutter choke while I'm doing it. This is a move of discomfort. Like by the end of this drilling session, you shouldn't be mad at your drilling partner. Slightly annoyed is about where I need you to be by the end of this. Because when I'm stacking here, the goal is I only weigh pounds, but I'm gonna feel like twice that. Because all of it's gonna be over his knee into his neck. Boom, I let those legs pass, come into that side control nice and heavy. Questions on this? The only difference in between this and Strano is going that big underneath. Still walking past, stepping into that side. Questions on this? Anyone want to see it like 3 or 4 more really detailed timeline?
At least 5.
At least 5 more, right? But any other real questions though, guys? We'll walk through it one more, but.
Can you pull on the opposite color to actually finish that choke you're stacking?
Oh yeah, if I'm here, and what I like to do is when guys are real tired, I don't like to walk enough past that they can pass their legs. I will drop this elbow here and kind of keep this leg pinched. And Gavin's not gonna tap, but if he's real tired, he's gonna freak out, which is what I need. So, are you gonna finish that kind of paper cutter choke there? No. But can you use it to really be a dick? Yes. And that's the goal, right? Remember, guys, in life and in jiu-jitsu, sometimes you need to make new enemies. I did hear a really prolific quote the other day, though, that video games taught me that in life, if I'm running into more enemies, I'm going the right direction. Thought you guys some real philosophical stuff. But when I'm stacking this and kind of cranking that choke a little bit, create an enemy right there. Put that weight on them, put it on the nape of their neck, let them know, hey, you're stacked up right here and there's nowhere for you to go. Questions? Driller out. 1, 2.